limited at practice on Thursday for a second straight day as he deals with a right shoulder injury. He didn't miss a snap against the Niners, but was seen favoring his throwing shoulder. If he's able to play Sunday, he'll go up against his former Oklahoma teammate, Baker Mayfield. And Bake says, don't let Kyler's quiet demeanor fool you.
Him and I are very different personalities, but he's so extremely competitive. He might show it a different way, but he's extremely competitive, and I think that's, another reason why he's at where he's at. With him, there's always something. There's always a little bit of trash talk. We see each other quite often in the offseason, and, like I said, he might show it differently, but behind closed doors, he is quite the trash talker, so don't let him fool you.
And currently,
It's time for cold call-outs presented by Tide. Today, we're calling out a player who we're expecting a lot from in Week 6. Is somebody ringing that orange phone?
That's a great phone.
Can I pick it up? Is it all right?
Yeah, do it.
Hello? Hello? Oh, yeah. I know he does. I know. Guys, this is the Carolina Panthers fan base calling me.
Oh.
They're all calling?
Oh,
They're all calling, and this is a cold call, and it's a call for Sam Darnold to wake up.
Oh.
It is put up or shut up time, Sam. After 3 weeks of football, we were ready to crown Sam Darnold as rejuvenated, and we all pulled up the Adam Gase memes and said, see, this is the guy. You just had to get him out of New York. The last 2 weeks, guys, the old Sam Darnold has showed up, and it has not been pretty.
Okay.
Inopportune interceptions, bad moments, bad decisions, and 2 heartbreaking losses. One to the Cowboys, where he threw 2 interceptions to Trayvon Diggs. And then last week, after being up by 11 points late at home against the Eagles, throwing interceptions and then finding a way to lose to that game right there. Now, they got the Minnesota Vikings this weekend, and the Vikings are 2-3. And the Panthers are 3-2. And I think one of these 2 teams is likely going to be in the playoffs. It's just the way this thing goes. There's 7 teams. There's going to be division winners. There's going to be a couple wild card teams. It's going to come down to this game. We're going to look back and be like, oh, well, the Panthers beat them or the Vikings beat them. But I go even further than that. Sam Darnold. This is basically a 1-year deal with the Panthers.
Okay.
You have an owner who wants to be really good. There might be a player named Aaron Rodgers on the open market this offseason. There might be a player named Deshaun Watson. There might be a player named Russell Wilson. There's also going to be a whole new crop of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Put up or shut up. I know Christian McCaffrey's 50-50, and he took a setback on Thursday. Did not suit up during practice, which leads me to believe he probably won't go this weekend. I don't care. Sam Darnold, I don't think you're just playing for this season. I think you're playing for your NFL life as a starter right now. That sounds crazy to say to a 23-year-old who has done nothing but be a great teammate.
Keep his mouth shut.
And keep his mouth shut and do the right thing. But I know this Carolina team, and they want to be good. They want to be very good. They don't want to be a middling 8-8 team. If they did, Teddy Bridgewater would still be the quarterback this season. So, guys, my wake-up call is to Sam Darnold. Tighten it up, go out there and beat the Vikings this weekend and silence any critics, silence any doubters, and give us a reason to say, yeah, he is that man. He is that guy from the first 3 weeks. And yes, the Carolina Panthers have found their quarterback. It's a cold call wake-up on a Friday.
I'm impressed that the Panthers fan base said that much and that quick of a call. Want to start 69 and hear more.
That was it.
I think you hit the nail on the head. This is the upgrade. This was the upgrade. This Teddy Bridgewater was here. He's a well-liked guy. He was a pretty good quarterback. And they said, no, we want, never mind all those guys you mentioned next year, this is already the guy. And I think it's fascinating because I remember we talked about this when they beat Houston on a Thursday night. We pointed out that they don't have any more national games. They barely have any late window games. They're just over there, and you're not paying attention. And I think that's helped Darnold and the Panthers a lot because it has been some bad losses. And the Philly loss was unconscionable. If that was a primetime game or if that was a different market, that is 7A meltdown stuff. This is one of the biggest games of Sam Darnold's life because right now it's in free fall. And you're playing a Kirk Cousins team that's been heavily flawed. Like, I think sneaky, this is one of the best games of the week. Panthers, Vikings, who knew? There's a lot of 2 and 3 teams out there from Minnesota. I think at least 1 or 2 will make the playoffs. We'll find out who it is.
Yeah, I was going to say Minnesota's a really good football team. They've lost some really close games. That record probably doesn't say. Oh, I mean, they should have probably beat Arizona. And we're sitting here talking about Arizona.
We're having all I'm thinking are the Vikings.
And then you see power rankings and you see Arizona up there, and it's like, man, Minnesota could have beat that team. And so this is one of those games when you look at the schedule that really does grab you and can go either way. But when you look at what this Carolina Panthers defense is going to be moving forward, I mean, Sam Darnold just can't mess it up, right? He just cannot mess it up. Just manage the game. Chuba Hubbard has been good running the football. You'll get CMC back out there. He just can't mess it up for me, and I just ultimately believe that Joe Brady can get through to him. You know, he's the same coordinator that was able to get through to a guy like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow loses the starting position in Ohio State. Yeah. It's kind of outcast to LSU, and we don't know who he is going to become. And then he hooks up with Joe Brady, and he's like this all-world beater who he's changing his understanding of the offense and where to go with the football. Sure. I think Joe Brady is a quarterback whisperer, and I like him.
Last week was not good. Not good for Sam. I think he, not that he needs Christian McCaffrey, but what a difference it makes when a guy like Christian McCaffrey's on the field with him.
Massive.
Not an excuse, though. I'm with Traeger. You got to get it done even if he's not out there. Chuba Hubbard jersey.
Yeah. Hold it up. Do you think that somewhere Adam Gase is playing guitar right now being like, what? I thought it was all me. I thought I was the worst coach ever. Wait. I mean, because it's all written. Like, it was all his fault, and Darnold's amazing. But he hasn't played
We haven't
great.
got many of those tweets the last few weeks, have we?
This week.
We'll see how it goes against the Vikings. Highlight.